Welcome to Rec Room. I'm Priscilla Ortega. Today I'm talking about the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System. Now each branch has a number of classes, events, and fun activities for people of all ages from children to seniors. Today I will be at a couple of North Fulton branches. First I'll stop off at the Ocee branch and then the Sandy Springs branch to talk about everything the library system has to offer. Stay with us. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Rec Room. I'm Priscilla Ortega. I'm here at the Ocee Branch Library to talk about some of the many popular programs and events going on here each month. Joining me now is Youth Services Librarian Isaiah West to talk about some of those children's programs. Welcome to Rec Room.
Thanks for having me.
So we're obviously in the children's department and there's a lot going on here every month. What are some of those activities?
Okay, so every week we have a story time where the kids come in and we read stories, of course, but we also work on kind of developing those literacy skills and the motor skills, both fine and gross motor, to just help them kind of grow developmentally. Also, we have a weekly junior bridge club that comes in and meets. And twice a month, we have the Young Artist of Ocee program where 2 artists come in and they work with the kids. Sometimes it's just coloring and painting, but other times they bring in crafts and clay. And the kids really have a lot of fun with that.
So it's very interactive.
Oh yes, it's not just coming in and reading books. The library is definitely a hands-on experience now.
And what ages is like story time from?
Story time for us is 0 to 5.
Okay.
Most of the time we lump them together, but once a month we separate them out so that we can really work on them with them one-on-one with developmental issues for that specific age range.
And why is it important for parents to start reading to their kids, before they are actually able to read?
A lot of the times people think that just having anyone read to your kid is going to help them, which is true, but when parents read to their kids, it really builds this rapport and kind of jump-starts their educational process.
Okay.
And it's not just about hearing the words and putting together word recognition with them. It's also about having this constant that they have in their life. And when you read to their kid, they realize that knowledge and education is something that they can always have.
So what about during the summertime when kids aren't necessarily reading as much in school?
We probably have just as many programs in the summer as we do the other 3 seasons combined. It's a little different of a focus for us during the summer. It's not just about literacy education. We really try to explore those avenues of the children's different facets of their personality and their preferences. So we might focus a little bit more on one specific craft to let them hone in those skills, or even focus on STEAM and the STEM activities where they're building and making and learning about technology.
And what is STEM exactly for people that don't know?
So for STEM, it is science, technology, engineering, and math. And now the popular word is STEAM, where they've just added art into that because there is a making component that goes with it.
And that is good. STEAM and STEM is good for children and tweens and teens also.
Oh, yes, it's children through adults. Everyone uses STEAM in their daily life.
And what sort of programs do you have that are geared towards tweens and teens?
For the teens and tweens, we definitely have the STEM and STEAM programs because we're constantly encouraging them to become involved and engage and create. But we also have a lot of college prep stuff going on.
Okay.
So we will have seminars that deal specifically with how to get in, how to select a college based on what you want out of that college. And of course, we have the mock exams for the ACT and SAT.
Okay, and talk a little bit about eCampus.
eCampus is a series of databases that allow not only children and teens but adults to further their education. So we have Bookflix for the little kids, which is pretty much just like Netflix, but it allows the kids to watch kind of this interpretational video of the book being read. Or, of course, they can just listen to it if they'd like to do that as well. And then with the teens and tweens, they can study for the ACT or the SAT, and adults can study for their GED or get their CEUs that they need through eCampus.
Wow, so you have a lot of educational and fun programs for little ones all the way up into college level.
Oh, yes, definitely.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we're going to talk to the branch manager to talk about some of the other programs that are here at Ocee Branch. Stay with us. Welcome back to Rec Room. I'm Priscilla Ortega. I'm here at the Ocee Branch Library to talk about some of the many programs they have going on here every month. Joining me now is Branch Manager Carla Burton to talk about some of the adults and seniors programs here. Welcome to Rec Room.
Well, thank you for having me.
So let's start off with this convenient location, right in the middle of everything, seems like.
Yes, we are in the midst of several businesses, schools, neighborhoods, and in the middle of rural and suburban habitats.
So it's a convenient location and convenient hours too.
Yes, we are open 7 days a week, most days until 6 p.m., but we are open late evenings on Wednesdays and Thursdays until 8 p.m.
8 p.m., wow, that's late.
It is.
Okay, and we heard a little bit from Isaiah about all of the many children's programs and teens and tweens programs. What programs and events do you have periodically geared towards adults and seniors?
We have several. We have ongoing programs that occur weekly, such as 3 different types of yoga classes. We also have ESL, or English for Second Language speakers. In addition, we have financial literacy types of classes, such as a partnership with the North Fulton Community Charities, which provides appointments for financial assistance for families in need in the North Fulton area.
So not necessarily programs that people think would be at the library. I mean, you said fitness classes,
correct,
finance classes.
Correct. We want to help people in every aspect of life possible. We also have had outreach programs where we visit the active adult living centers and have book clubs.
Okay.
And different types of deposit collections and reading clubs and things like that.
Wow, great. So you really do get into the community.
We get into the community. We also like to have family programs such as crafts. We have a popular program that we had around Easter time or springtime, which is the Pasanke egg decorating program.
Fun.
And we're going to have another craft program to decorate tote bags for National Library Week.
Okay.
And again, we just try to have something for everyone to enhance their lives or to inform them or to educate them.
And meet new people too.
Meet new people, do networking, and just let the library be an active place in the community to support every need that we can.
Great. So there's books, there's events. What other resources do people need to take advantage of here?
Well, some people just like to come to the library to simply have a nice environment to study. Mm-hmm. So we try to keep the environment as nice as possible. Some may want to come in just to make photocopies or to make printouts from the computers. Okay. Some come in to use their own personal devices to use the Wi-Fi. But also we have computers, public computers that they can use to access their email or the internet, but also to access our webpage, www.afpls.org, where they can manage their library accounts, they can search our catalog, and they can also research databases.
Okay.
And we have the e-resources, which is the suite of all of our databases, including Galileo, which the public schools use for research projects, but they can also use eCampus, which Mr. West mentioned, which is a great resource for education seekers. And then we also have e-books and e-audiobooks that they can download through Overdrive. And then we also have Hoopla, which is where they can stream music, movies, and television shows.
So research and movies sounds like
research,
a lot.
movies, yes, a lot. We offer a lot.
Okay, so before we go, we can't leave without saying the great work that the Friends of the Ocee Branch Library does.
Yes. Our Friends group happened to be established before the library was established, and they were a very integral part in getting the library established. We encourage every one of our community patrons to become a friend, because they're special volunteers who are very strong advocates for the library, but they also participate in fundraising activities and help us with programs and sponsorships and partnerships. They come in and manage our donated and weeding book collections, and we have a book nook, which is a daily book sale based on an honor system that patrons put money in boxes.
Oh, okay.
But they also have special large book sales that they usually hold in our meeting rooms to raise funds to do special enhancements and programs for the libraries, like our upcoming summer reading program. And it pays for performers and things that we couldn't normally do without them.
All right, well, thank you so much to them.
Yes, thank you, friends.
And thank you for joining us and talking to us about many programs they have here.
Okay, it was my pleasure.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to be at the Sandy Springs branch to talk about what programs they have there. Stay with us. Welcome back to Rec Room. I'm Priscilla Ortega. Today I am talking to a couple of employees from North Fulton Libraries. I just left the Ocee branch, and now I'm here at the Sandy Springs branch on Mount Vernon Road. Talking to me right now is branch manager Madigan McGillicuddy. Welcome to Rec Room.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So let's start off with some of the weekly or monthly events that are going on here at this branch.
We're a pretty busy branch. We've got Tai Chi on Monday nights, yoga every Saturday morning, ESL classes on Mondays and Saturdays. We have a Sandy Springs Literary Society book club that meets the first Tuesday of the month. I mean, that's just a little sampling of the stuff that we've got.
So Tai Chi at the library, that sounds like an interesting concept. How many participants is that usually?
We have a real regular crowd. I mean, it depends on out in the weather. It can really vary between half a dozen to a dozen folks.
Okay. And how often is this branch open? Is this 7 days a week?
We're open 7 days a week.
And what are some of the busiest days?
Probably our busiest day is Sunday. We're open from 2 to 6 on Sundays. But Tuesday mornings are really busy. That's when our children's story time is. And we get a big story time crowd. And Friday afternoons are really busy as people are picking up books to read for the weekend.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
And this location is pretty convenient with a couple of schools right nearby.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. Do you get a lot of groups coming in, right after school?
We do. Our property is directly next door to private school, so we get them coming over a lot. So yeah, we do have a lot of school groups coming in.
Okay, and what about programs geared towards adults and seniors? You mentioned some of the fitness classes. Is there programs that happen, depending on the season as well?
Depending on the season, yeah, we do seasonal programs just throughout the year. We do a lot of holiday-themed programs for kids. We do, the ARP offers a number of programs here. There's a Doctor Who fan club that meets about once a month.
What's a Doctor Who fan club? What is that?
It's a British television sci-fi show, and the fans come out once a month and meet at the branch and discuss latest plots and theories of their favorite shows. So So I guess that came about because of the interest. Like they must have voiced, so if there is like a special meeting or gathering, you can come to the library? Yeah, we're really responsive to what the community wants and what they need. The meeting room is just booked all the time. So if you know that you would like to have your group meet here, let us know as soon as possible so that we can start looking at dates in the future that we could book you in for sure. So a place to hold meetings, you can work out here, obviously check out books. What other resources do you have here? Do you also have eCampus? We have eCampus that's available at all the libraries. We've got a fantastic movie collection, DVDs that you can check out. We have audio books on CD and on Playaway. And Playaway is great. You just check them out, you plug in your own headphones and press play, and the player's already embedded in the box. Like movie or music? For an audio book. Oh, okay. We have music CDs you can check out. And And what else? I mean, we've got so much. I mean, we've got
well, you also have
ebooks through Overdrive. We've got streaming media through Hoopla. There's a lot.
Okay. And I know because there's a lot of feedback about Reading Pause here. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. For children's programs, we've got story times on Tuesday mornings. We have a kids book club that meets on the second Monday of the month. Reading Pause is every Wednesday afternoon at 3:15. So just call our branch and make an appointment to read with either Freckles or Stella, one of our therapy reading dogs. And a lot of kids find that if they're, hesitant towards reading, if they're with a cute, cuddly dog, like they'll relax and they'll be able to just, stop stumbling over words and just read it to a very receptive audience. So, yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
So what else do you have to say about this lovely facility?
Well, we've got a really big summer reading program lined up. A lot of programs for adults, things on financial literacy, things on health and fitness, as we mentioned. But we've also got a lot of programs coming up for teens. We're going to do a gaming night every Monday this summer, and we're doing adult coloring every Wednesday night.
I have heard that is good relaxation.
Yeah.
All right, well, you definitely sold me on the library.
Oh, thanks.
So thank you so much for joining us. And what we're going to do is take a real quick break. And when we return, we're going to learn a little bit more about this popular Reading Pause program. Stay with us. Welcome back to Rec Room. I'm here to talk a little bit about the Reading Pause program with Liz Carter, and of course Freckles is here to join us. Welcome to Rec Room.
Hey, thank you so very much. We're so glad that you could bring some information from our program to the people.
Of course. I've heard so much about this program, so tell me, why is Reading Pause so beneficial for little ones?
What we found is that children are relaxed when they read to a dog because they know the dog isn't going to criticize them. So therefore, they will relax. And when they relax, then their reading skills go higher. What I have found is that somebody sitting and reading to Freckles, when they read to Freckles and come to a word they don't know, they will try to figure out the word. Whereas if they're sitting next to me, then when they come to the word, they'll expect me to give them the word.
So it kind of helps them work it out themselves.
It does. It makes them more proficient in their reading skills.
And what sort of training does Freckles or any other dog in the program go through?
The first thing it would be, of course, your just general obedience. And then I would recommend a Canine Good Citizenship, which is a class that teaches a dog how to behave like this one. The next thing would be to go into getting your certification with a national organization. There are basically 3 national organizations that sponsor therapy dogs, as Freckles is. They're all, it's interesting because all of them started in California, Utah, and Wyoming, and they've eventually come south to the southern region.
Well, we are definitely lucky that Reading Pause has made it here, and thank you so much for sharing with us, and thank you, Freckles, for being calm and sitting there nicely. Well, if you would like more information about the Reading Pause program, you can go to readingpause.org. And if you want more information about the library, just go to afpls.org. And you can always check out Rec Room anytime on our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.